Yes, now, ladies and gentlemen, we are finally back on the channel with some banging content. Today, we are at the home of Power Pipes with my boy Zach.
Brother,
Yes, sir.
DBS Visuals,
Power Pipes.
Real Power, Home of Power, Power Pipes, ladies and gents.
Yes.
Stay tuned to see what Power and DBS got in store for you guys.
Yes, sir.
Ladies and gents, let's get it.
Let's get it. Let us know what was the inspiration behind this build.
Okay, so basically, straight up, brother, the inspiration behind this build started a long time ago.
Yeah.
So when I was looking basically for a run-around toy or just something that I could mess around with. Obviously, you can't be shipping out headlights on an M3.
Yeah.
You can't be doing that exits on an M3 or an M2. So I figured, Zach, what's the next best thing? I was looking at the 1 Series.
Yes.
Obviously, because the 1 Series has that very stigma behind it, meaning the first BMW launched as a 1 Series hatch.
Yeah.
Another reason why I actually chose the 135 over the 140 is mainly because growing up as a kid, seeing that hot hatch BMW flying down the street was not a 140, it was a 135.
Yeah.
So very similarly, like how the 325iF has a stigma, I believe the 135 has a stigma for the BMW turbocharged inline 6 era. In terms of roots wise, 135 has always been one of the classics. You know, like from day one, 135 it evolved to the 1M, and now we've got the 140. Before we purchased this car, we're looking at a few options.
Yeah.
I was going to go with the 140 initially because obviously the 140 is a much newer car.
Yeah.
But in all honesty, as a pure BM fan, your color makes your car just as much as you make your car.
Yeah.
So I checked around, I did some thorough research. The Glacier Silver that I do have on my 135 was last launched on a 135, which means that the 140s did not come in the Glacier Silver.
Nice.
So that's the main reason why I went with the 135 over the 140, aside from it obviously being the roots, you know? Like
Yeah,
135 has been the 135.
Yeah, the OG.
The OG 135,
yeah.
you know what I'm saying? The proper hot hatch from BMW. So I guess it's evolved from there. So previously, prior to this car, I did obviously a lot of research between the two engines and stuff like that. Another interesting thing is that the M135 engine that's in this car is the exact same engine they use in the M2. The only difference between the two engines is the forged piston, the forged crank, and the limited slip diff.
Now I'm learning new things.
Now, I might or I might not have upgraded the pistons and the crank, and I might have a slip diff. Nobody knows. Allegedly. It's stock for now.
Allegedly.
But it might or might not have a LSD on there. So in terms of mod-wise, look, before I had the car, it always baffled me. It's like, Zach, the M2 has the same engine as the 135. Why is it that they sound different?
Yeah.
Because in hindsight, the heart of the car is what obviously produces the notes or whatever.
Yes,
you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's where the intensive research came into on version 1 of this car. So what I did was basically I kind of like replicated an M2 exhaust system from the M2 to be compatible with my 135. Before obviously now the Jab style system. So the version 1 was getting my car to sound very close to an M2, which I have succeeded in that.
Okay, yeah.
So that was basically version 1 dual valve system. Obviously I've been able to control the exhaust system quiet when I wanted to, loud when I wanted to.
Deafening at times.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like when you're having fun, you're having fun. When you're just full having a cup day, you know what I'm saying? You're closing that valve and you're driving home quiet or you're driving home angry, but regardless of the first version or the first update I did on my car was obviously the dual valve system. It's a fully one-of-one design, meaning no one has designed the system the way I built it for this car to date in SA, which obviously gives it more a reference to the M2 because of the construct of the initial system I built for the car. So that was basically version 1 of the car.
That's version 1. Now what are we on? Final stage or what?
No. This is like version 2, bro. We still got a few versions to go. This is like version 2 beta. You know?
The practice
run.
So
then I was like, okay, no problem. And then so basically what got me up to what the car is today is that I grew up being a huge JDM fan. Not gonna lie.
All of us.
Skylines, your Supras, those were the cars of the time that was booming. Like if you think about it, Fast and Furious 1, Fast and Furious 2, they weren't driving BMWs.
It was all Jab cars.
They were driving Civics and Celicas and Skylines and you know what I'm saying, Supras and stuff like that. So growing up, I was a big JDM fan. And then when I did purchase this car, it being a 3-liter turbocharged, it dawned upon me that, dude, you've got a 3-liter, you've got the turbo, why can't your car sound like a Jab car? And that's when it went into like intensive research and I'm like, nah, I've got the engine, it's an inline 6, it's got a turbo, I'm gonna get my car to sound like a Jab car. And that's basically where the whole idea of the whole Jab system came from. Took a lot of home into the OG JDM fans, you know, brought back the roots from my childhood, you know, got myself a Skyline in a German car, you know what I'm saying? And then, so the initial plan was just to do the exhaust, right? In terms of the front mount intake.
I think a lot of people want to know about that.
That's the main story about that one. So, in all honesty, right, I'm going to give it to you guys straight up.
Just
so, 3 weeks before German versus Jap, a guy basically, my car was parked, he reversed into me. I came out of the shopping mall, I checked, my headlight is cracked. The light was still working. Then I'm like, dude, I have 2 weeks till German versus Jap.
What am I gonna
do? So I'm sitting in Willow for like 2 days and like, shit, German versus Jap. I can't go with a broken headlight. It so happened, I opened the bonnet. So the left-hand side headlight is broken. And I see, hey, behind the headlight sits the airbox. So let's see what happens if I take the airbox and the light out and put an intake in place of the light. Because in all honesty, if I had to put an insurance claim in, I was only going to get my car back after German versus Jap. And I wasn't going to have it. That my baby needed to be ready. She had to be ready, regardless of a broken headlight or whatever. So that was a very last minute, unplanned occurrence.
But it turned out to be something
amazing.
Good.
You know what I'm saying? So that's why I always say, like in life, things happen in that moment and it might look bad, but it might bring further, better prosperity in the future. Like if my headlight, for example, if that guy never has to, look, I don't know who he is, it was a hit and run. He's gone. He's off the face of the map.
Never to be seen again.
Never to be seen again. But the fact that it happened, I was let down about it, but I didn't let it get me down. I said that there's always going to be a way. And I think that's another thing about Power Pipe specifically and the way we've been brought up, especially with my dad being in the business for about 38 years, is that we never say die.
Yeah.
We always try and try and try and try. There's nothing about failure. That's the thing about power pipes, is that if it's not perfect, we'll get it perfect.
Yes.
You want it more perfect, we'll perfect it even better.
Better.
Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in terms of modding and stuff like that, I've done a lot to my car. A lot that I obviously can't disclose to you guys on camera.
It's secret
But
information.
secret information, you know, you'll have to know. If you know, you know. If you don't know, don't worry about it.
Forget about it.
Forget about it.
about
Forget about it. So in terms of the mods, there have been extensive hardware mods done to the car. I believe a lot in hardware as more than software. So obviously I've got my hardware in place. So once I build up, and power pipes specifically, we write our software to be compatible with our hardware.
Yes.
Meaning if I'm running a certain size exhaust system on your car, I know exactly what to load on your software to give you better power out of your hardware.
Yes. To basically refine your engine.
Thank you. That's how it goes. Like, you can't just be loading software with stock hardware because your hardware and your software is compatible. Like your camera, for example, you got a software on there. You want to get better quality, you gotta put a freaking new hardware lens on.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in terms of development, is that everybody has changed the whole aspect on tuning to now just software.
Yeah.
Whereas back in the OG days growing up, if you came to me with the E3320 and you told me, Zach, I wanted power.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm not going to be loading software for
You
you.
can't out. Like,
I'm going to take your engine out. I'm going to make your car 2.5. I'm going to put your engine back in. And only after that, I'm going to run and detect fuel management to make everything right. So I'm very much in tune with the old school type of tuning.
Yes.
In terms of physical hardware tuning,
Yeah.
more than software. And the benefits of that is phenomenal, is that because if you have a good hardware in place, the software that you are loading, you're getting more bang for your buck from that software because you've got an upgraded hardware, basically.
Yes.
So in terms of the construct of this car, that's basically the be all and the end all. Just a quick rundown. Look, we've been around for about 38 years.
Yeah.
My dad's been in the game for way before I was born. I was in Baghdad.
Yeah.
I was in Baghdad while he was power piping a long time ago. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So in hindsight, it's passion that drives us more than anything. We are highly passionate about what we do. I don't mind working 9 till 10, 9 till 12. It's
Full days work.
this is my sanctuary. As long as I'm at power pipes, I'm happy. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's a lot of passion that drives us. Look, we go the extra mile for our clients. Reason being is that we don't just deal with people from a one-sided base.
Yes.
Meaning that I don't obviously look at you as a client, as a customer, I look at you as a client. Now the big difference between a customer and a client is that a customer is one-way bartering.
Yes.
Meaning you buy my product, you buy my product, I sell you my product, kudos to them. But when I say is that I don't have customers, I have clientele, is that clientele work together.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying? So I hook this up, he's gonna bring his friend through. Power pipes just becomes a vibe.
Yes.
You know, it's just
like a
on
family.
general, it's a family.
It's a
It
family.
becomes a family, and that's always something that my dad has inculcated in us from a very long time. Is that the way you deal with people is how they'll remember you for life.
Yes.
You know, regardless of your materialistic wealth, regardless of whatever else you might have in life, when you pass away and when you leave this world, you're not taking that with you.
Yeah.
What people talk about is what a nice guy he was, or what a nice good G he was. All the circles always smile. They're not gonna say, oh no, that dog drove the fastest 135 or all the best kicks and stuff like that. You get what I'm saying? So in terms of materialistic things, it's not always about money. Life is not always about money.
Yes.
It's about giving you what you want, making you happy, making me happy.
Yes.
And I have a firm philosophy is that when a car pulls into my shop, I don't look at it as your car. I look at it as my car.
My car. I'm gonna
What
make
I do on my car, I do it on your car.
Yes,
You get what I'm saying?
it's good
if
like
you
that.
treat me Zach now, I want to do this, I'm like, bro, nah, it's going to look cheap. Let's try this option out. You know,
Yes.
if it's on my car.
Yeah.
So I'll give you the vision, not just from what you want. Like, yes, you can tell me, Zach, I want this, but I'll also throw in some vision in the, hey, bro, you know what? Good idea. This will look even sicker. Or, you know, like just becoming basically one with your clientele.
Yes.
And that's what separates us from the rest.
Yeah.
Is that when people come to power pipes, they feel comfortable, they feel at home. We got Oaks chilling here. They don't care to do exhaust on his car. When it's on Thursday, you call his mates from Witbank, they will all have a couple of dops here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It just
nice
becomes a
vibe.
vibe.
Yes.
It just becomes a vibe because one thing about power pipes as well is that we pride ourselves in not just being a business. You know, it's not just about the money aspect. It's about making you happy. And if you're happy, I'm happy. If you're not happy, I'm not happy, bro.
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, that's basically the be all and the end all. In terms of passion driven, with my dad's hitting almost 60 and that oak is
And
still here,
busy, still working.
breaking my head, but I love that guy too much, you
Yeah.
know. Frequently asked questions though, that's the most important thing. Let's
Yeah,
get to that one.
let's get to that
so
one.
I've been getting questions like, yo, number one, the first most important question everybody always asks me is like, Zach, don't the cops give you a fine?
I was just about to
I
ask
know.
you the same thing.
Dude, that's like the most frequently asked question. So, yes, technically it is illegal. The car is road legal.
Yeah.
But obviously doesn't have a headlight. So, thankfully, I haven't got a fine yet.
Yet.
Maybe because of my charm. Who
Yeah.
knows? You never know. But, so I haven't got a fine yet. I did get stopped for it a few times.
Yeah.
But the crazy thing is that in SA is that your, how can I say? Your
Way of approaching traffic officers.
yeah, like our cops compared to like the states are much more understanding.
Yes.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like we really appreciate that about our police force specifically, is that they hear you out, they're not ready to just gun you down. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, no,
so
I
they are
understand.
understanding. Like I have been stopped, I explained to them, hey, you know what, officer, obviously it's illegal, I apologize, look, I'm driving the car to the racetrack now, so that's where I'm on my way, whatever.
Yeah.
So as long as you keep it friendly, you keep it civil,
Kind of.
you know what I'm saying? You, obviously, it is illegal, so I'm not going to be like, oh no, why are you stopping me now?
Yeah.
You know, you got to be civil about it, speak to them at the end of the day. So I haven't really gotten a ticket for it yet. However, they have been giving me tickets for my number plates, which is weird. They're like not even seeing the intake. They're like, no,
They're like,
my
ignore
number
this,
plate.
ignore
They're like,
this.
they don't even know what it is. You know, like off camera, like sometimes they'll stop me, you know, and we're like, what's this? I'll give the officer the keys. I'll be like, test drive it. I promise you'll drive it, you'll be fine. So I'm like, hey, come on, just spin. I'm like, yeah.
Let
You know
it
what I'm
spin.
saying?
Yes.
So in terms of that, like, I have been stopped a lot. The second question I get asked a lot is, how do you see at night?
Yeah, with
With
only one
light.
headlight.
So basically with the BMW intelligent headlights, right? So say for example you're going on a journey and for some odd reason your light must fail. So what it does is the right hand side now, instead of focusing more to the right, focuses itself to the center. So now you're seeing both parts of the road.
Yes.
It's like a safety feature for BMW.
Okay.
So in terms of night driving, it's actually pretty good. It's not too bad. Look, I'm
You don't
still
see a
I'm
difference.
still one headlight short. So I'm
Yeah.
seeing a little bit of a difference, but nothing too crazy. Yeah, so the LED intelligent light basically adjusts and adapts itself to assist for the light that is failing on the
Yeah.
left hand side. So in terms of night driving, I'm good. In terms of the cops, touch wood, they haven't given me a ticket
I'm
yet.
still good with that.
They haven't given me a ticket yet, so we're good on that one there. And yeah, so another frequently asked question is that how much power is she making?
Yes, I think that's what
That's
a lot of
something that a
people
lot
wanna
of
know.
people want to know, and unfortunately, I won't be able to disclose it. But what you guys can do is drop a comment down below as to what you think
Yeah,
the power output is on the Power 135, and the person that gets the closest guess to the
Yeah.
power output gets a 50% discount on your downpipe and your exhaust system.
You guys hear
type.
that? That's a big exclusive. Do you hear
50%
that?
discount on an exhaust system and downpipes if you guess the amount of power I'm pushing out on my 135.
Nah, you guys must do some now. Thinking, you must think
Now you
hard.
guys gotta go and put your thinking gloves on, follow up, see the races that I've done on TikTok as well.
Yes.
In terms of the launch. And then yeah, comment down below what power you think the 135 power is making.
Yeah, now I'm gonna make a guess also. Let me just make the guess now in camera. If I flop,
Done.
just
Done. Gooi you.
350.
350.
Yes. Don't
Good.
say how close I am.
Good.
Oh, okay.
Good.
Okay, guys, you have a benchmark of weight is
Okay, let's
necessarily.
talk about 350 according to what my brother has to say. So let's say about 350. Comment down below, guys. Let us know what power you
Yes.
think the 135 power is pushing.
Also
Like I
throw in
said-
how much meters it's pushing. as well.
Oh, now you want to
Now
get
let's put it in.
saucy.
Let's put Newton meters.
Okay,
Kilowatts
so
and Newton meters.
guess
Let's put
power
that in.
and guess Newton meters.
And then you get your 50%.
And then you get your 50% discount.
Yes.
Closest one to guess the power output and the torque output gets a 50% discount. So guys, comment down below.
Yes.
Comment
now.
down below.
Stop watching the video.
Yeah,
Comment now.
and let us know what power you think this guy is pushing out. Like I said,
Nah.
closest one gets 50% discount off a downpipe or an exhaust. So it all depends, ladies and gents. Guess the power, home of power, real power, power pipes.
Yes, sir. That was clean. That was fire. So now I think now we jump into actually hearing the car and seeing it for what it really is. Just see.
200 boy.
That was a tight ass cut there, yo.
Proper sturdy boy. Let's see what I can certify now. Hello, Chuck.
Fuck's sakes, bruh. And that's yeah, that intake. Oh,
Schooling. Yes, it's a learner driver. He's fucking definitely not certified. Neither is this one. That was good certi. I want you to get this bin.
got it. Yo, that was fucking tight. Yo.
Let's boost up, put on the jam.
Yo.